Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hey Victoria. Hi Rita.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Doing good. How are you? How's everyone today?
Good, good.
Let's give it a couple of more minutes while people are still joining and connecting to their audios.
Mhm.
All right. I think let's get started.
Absolutely. Let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
Good
wherever you are
evening.
in the world. So, so great to see you. And today we are going to talk about the whole notion of higher purpose and how to not let fear get in the way of your higher purpose. Higher purpose, and I was reading a Course in Miracles last week. Uh, and one of the things that comes out from the Course in Miracles is the fact that our higher purpose is actually love. Now, that might manifest in different ways for all of us. Someone might become a doctor, someone might become a teacher, someone might become an engineer, someone might become an accountant. So, the whole notion of love, love for ourselves and love for others, will manifest in different ways through vocations. But our vocation is not our higher purpose. Our higher purpose is love, self love, alignment with our own source. And that is what higher purpose is. And once we accept that our higher purpose is love, pure love, from that point, then we can get in touch with what our desires are, because our desires then manifest in ways that are fulfilling for each one of us. And as we start to take steps acting on those desires, fear shows up. Uh, Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of all kinds of fears. And that's when we start discovering that we have blocks, we have programming that has happened as we grow up that makes us fearful, and that's not our true source. Wayne Dyer talks about a lot of higher purpose and fear in one of his final books. I can see clearly now, and some of the stories that he shares in that book. It's not exactly an autobiography, but he shares a lot of his personal stories in that book. One of the things he talks about is how he gave up a tenured role in the university and took the plunge to pitch one of his first books, which then went on to become Your Erroneous Zones. This was way back in the 70s. And that book actually became an international bestseller, launched his speaking and writing career, made him a millionaire. He actually shares about that. He says, hey, that single book brought into my life more financial abundance and prosperity than uh, I would have received had I stayed back in my uh, teaching role. But there was a lot of fear, and he acted in spite of fear. So a lot of times we focus on overcoming, conquering fear, and the paradigm that we'd like to offer you today is fears are going to be there. Can you act in spite of fear? Can you just tame the fear? Can you tell your fears that hey, my life is one grand experiment, and I'm going to act in spite of those fears. There's a beautiful quote that I brought for us to reflect on today, and this was quoted by Patanjali, one of the ancient Indian masters, and Dr. Wayne Dyer writes about this. This is about 2,300 years ago, so it's a long time ago. And this was the advice that Dr. Wayne Dyer took when he decided to leave his tenured position and write his book. When you're inspired by some great purpose, when you're inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, All your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction. And you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. So when you're inspired by this higher calling, the desires that you have, then you essentially become a totally different person. You think differently, you have different emotions, you act differently, and therefore you get different results. Patanjali then goes on to add dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. So when you act from that space of conviction and knowing that my higher purpose is pure love and alignment with my source, and my desires are nothing but a reflection of what that calling is, and act in spite of those fears, then you actually become a totally different person and you create a life that you actually want to attract. Very powerful words from Dr. Wayne Dyer and Patanjali. Uh, a lot of similarities with what we see in A Course in Miracles as well, specifically from a perspective of alignment with love as one of our core higher purpose, or the single most higher purpose that we all have. So, in our meditation today, in today's Circle of Love, we are going to explore and meditate on this whole notion of higher purpose, uh, getting in touch with our own desires, alignment with the source, and then being able to work with our fears, being able to act in spite of fears and create that conviction that allows us to transcend any limitations that we have. So that's our focus in this circle of love today. Let's meditate, shall we?
Sure. All right. So get comfortable, everyone. So I'll give you a moment to get comfortable. Sit with your spine straight, preferably with your palms facing upwards, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and let go. Keep breathing deeply and comfortably. And as you breathe in and breathe out, let go of any tension that you might be holding in your face muscles, in your jaws. Let your neck and your shoulders completely relax. Your abdomen, thighs, legs, and your feet. Notice if you are holding any tension in any part of your body. Just acknowledge it and let it go. Allow your body to completely relax. Allow your mind to completely relax and let go of any worries, tensions, or stress you might be having. And as you breathe in and out, feel into your breath as your desire to express the longing of pure awareness and pure consciousness expressing itself through your unique body and mind. Take a moment to consider the desires that have driven your life since you first came into being. Really feel into all those desires that have motivated you in your life. Check in and ask yourself what that feels like. Now bring into your mind's eye a desire that you deeply long for. What is it that you want? Is it a desire for creative success, harmony in a certain relationship with your family or your friends, or perhaps a new home? Any other desires that you could think of? Feel into the strongest desire occurring in this moment. Can you feel into the energy of that desire? There's a desire that's driving you forward, showing you what your purpose really is. Notice, where does it show in your body? Do you feel it anywhere in your body? What kind of thoughts and emotions surround this desire? Notice that emotion. Try to give a name to that emotion and really get into the sense of this particular desire. This desire is showing you something about your purpose in life. Now bring into your consciousness the picture of this desire being totally fulfilled. Visualize your desire manifesting before your eyes. Take a moment now to feel the feeling of being in this state of fulfillment, of achievement, of accomplishment of this desire. How does your state of being change when you feel into the fulfillment of this desire? Feel it in your body, sense it. Use all your senses to feel this accomplishment. How do you see it? What do you hear when you are in this sense of fulfillment? What do you feel? Completely allow your body to be full of these sensations. Your sense of vision, taste, touch, your hearing. Feel it with all your senses. Now consider for a moment if there is something deeper beyond that desire. Can you find a desire that rests at the very core of who you are? Once you tap into that, let it come forth and experience the felt sense of this deepest desire. Again, immerse yourself in the sensations that arise out of this desire. Visualize this desire being fulfilled. What does this fulfillment feel like in your body and in your mind? And if you are not able to visualize any picture, that is completely fine. Hear it, feel it in your body. See yourself as if you're already in that moment, as if your desire is already fulfilled. Be present with your feelings of this particular satisfaction. Now we delve even more deeper. What is the desire that you discover within you at the moment of fulfillment? What is your deepest longing? The one that lies at the bottom of your heart and your soul. What is it that you most deeply want and need? Can you feel it? What does it feel like? What are the thoughts surrounding it? Feel into the sensation of this desire, the one that you have either made or you would like to make the goal of your life. This is your purpose. This is what your soul longs for. And it's at the core of all those other desires. It lies at the very heart of every other desire you've ever had. Feel this purpose being totally and perfectly fulfilled. Feel it in your body with all your senses. And now imagine this purpose manifested in the material world. See yourself living and operating from this place of fulfillment, of satisfaction. Let your entire being feel this purpose. Who are you as you live this purpose? How are you as you live this purpose? How do you feel like? What do you do? How does your everyday look like? How do you behave? How do you respond to other people? What actions do you take? Allow yourself to sit with yourself as this person completely fulfilled in their life's purpose. This is you. This is who you really are at your very core, at your very being. Enjoy feeling these sensations all over your body. Feel all these emotions. In the infinity of life where you are, all is perfect, whole, and complete. You are one with the power that created you. You are totally open and receptive to the abundant flow of prosperity that the universe offers. All your needs and desires are met before you even ask. You're divinely guided and protected, and you make choices that are beneficial to you. You rejoice in others' successes, knowing there is plenty for all. You are constantly increasing your conscious awareness of abundance, and this reflects in a constantly increasing income. Prosperity of every kind flows through you easily and effortlessly. Prosperity of love, of relationships, of harmony and peace. Your good comes from everywhere and everyone, and all is well in your world. All is well in our world. And keeping your eyes closed, send thoughts of love and healing to everyone around you, to your family, to your dear and near ones, to your friends, your community, your city, and to this divine Mother Earth. Let everyone everywhere be healed and completely in peace and joy. Take a few more deep breaths in and let go. Just enjoy this feeling of peace and joy. All is well in our world. So be it, and so it is.
And so it is.
And slowly and gently, when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back into this world, everyone.
Would anyone like to share what desires came up? How did the meditation go?
One of the beautiful things that all of us can do in this space is asking ourselves a very single question, simple question. What is my strongest emotion in this moment? And as you bring your awareness to the emotion, which is the bridge between the material world and the outside world, that emotion can actually be a beautiful compass that guides you. Are you experiencing emotions of empowerment, emotions of compassion and empathy and love and self acceptance? And if so, then it's a beautiful state to be in. And if you're not experiencing those emotions right now, that's okay too. Just know that you're doing the best you can. We all have rough days, but it's a great opportunity for us to become aware of the emotion. And that gives us a chance to make a new choice, to a choice that we can make in every single moment to pivot the emotion if it's not supportive, to embrace an emotion that's more empowering, more loving, more kind.
And I think Sona is sharing calm, peaceful, relaxing. First time saw all my purpose without holding fear and judgment against it. Thank you, Sona, for sharing.
There's a beautiful metaphor. Uh, so just as I said, taming the fear is a more appropriate analogy. Fears don't just vanish, you just tame them, and we act in spite of them. Uh, a beautiful way of looking at fears is what I call as dancing with your fear. Many times we are so scared of the fear that the fear actually grabs all of us by our hand and just drags us along in any direction, in the direction of anxiety, the direction of uncertainty, anger, irritation, frustration, disappointment, regret. But the moment we start to learn to dance with the fear loses power. The moment we come to accept that fears are not going to go away, we as human beings have been hardwired to have fear. Our fears are what kept us alive. They were necessary for our flight or flight response. So fears are not going away. The more we embrace that concept, the more we learn to dance with them. The more we dance with them, the more we learn to act in spite of fears. The more we learn to act in spite of fears, the more we come to just accept them, knowing fully well that in every single moment we are in charge of the decisions we make, of the actions we take, and the responses we have. And that creates a life that's full of purpose and alignment with your true desires.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Rita. So I would say, in fact, instead of fighting with your fears, just send them love.
yeah, send them love, dance with them.
Yeah, just accept them as a part of ourselves. So, do I not feel fear before all these sessions? I do. Being very genuine here. I do, but then it's like just feel the fear and do it anyway because to me, I want more and more people to meditate. I want to just spread this love, happiness. I want more people to get into this and feel that feeling of peace that we get with the meditation. And so I still do it. It's okay to have that fear, is what I have told myself. And I just sit before my every live session, whenever I'm going on Zoom, I just sit with myself, meditate for myself for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get into that space. I send love to my fear and I tell it that it's okay. It's okay to have it.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay to have fears. We have, it's just that I was thinking more about the fear that we are all experiencing right now with this COVID
Yes.
situation. And that's not a fear that any of us had until about a year ago. And now we're all kind of revolving around this stupid little thing that we can't even see. It's invisible, and we are so fearful of it. And it's just that's what I was thinking when I said fight the fear.
Yes, that's so totally true. It's so fearful atmosphere all around us, um, with the COVID situation. But then, if we keep thinking fearful thoughts, then the fear actually increases, and all of us, to an extent, contribute to the world fear also. So the more we think thoughts of peace and love, the more it increases in everyone's consciousness.
So, in one of my prayers, I say something like purity, peace, and love are in my nature. And I accept people the way they are, and I accept myself the way I am. And that kind of just sets the tone,
Yeah.
for me. Because without acceptance, you can just go crazy, right?
Absolutely, Rita. Thank you for sharing. That's very beautiful and very powerful. All right.
Okay, thank you.
That will let you back in your own world. Take good care of yourself. Stay safe.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next Friday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
And thank you, Amrit. Thank you for your feedback. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's always lovely.
All right. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, everybody.